Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube video. I have so much stuff to talk about today, and I think the first thing I want to really dive into is the war that's happening with Israel and the Palestinians.
The bangs of the Iron Dome intercepting the rockets that are being fired from Gaza just a couple of miles away, literally exploding in the sky above us here.
It is really sad. The videos that I'm seeing is so heartbreaking. It is so gut-wrenching, and I really do think that, of course, anytime that war happens, everyone is, fearful, whether or not they're, involved with the war or not. Um, Everyone is very fearful, and we all pray for anyone and everyone that is involved in the war. Me personally, I'm on no one's side. I don't believe that we should be saying, I stand with Israel or I stand with the Palestinians. I think that we should be advocating more for peace and for negotiation and how can we resolve such a damning war that's going on right now. And what I've been seeing lately is just so disgusting to me. I just don't like any of the right leaning people right now, because all they do is say, we stand with Israel, we stand with Israel, and they're all bought out. They're all donors. They're all bought out from these donors like APOC and these people that are partnered up with America, and they vowed to pit Israel policies first, because that's the most important thing, rather than pitting America first before any other country. And I've been really going off online because especially on Instagram because I really don't like how it's always we have to stand with one side of the coin. We have to stand with one side of people that we're basically enslaved for and we're basically bought out for, just because we're allies and stuff like that. Just like with Joe Biden, he pledges to if China was to start a war with Taiwan, he will also be involved with that war as well. And I think that it's wrong. I understand that we have allies and we have people to back us up or anything like that if anything was to happen, but I think that when we encourage war and we encourage to be partisan and stand with one specific group of people, especially within the war, I don't think it looks good at all. Well, I just don't like this divide, especially in America. It also is so divisive in Israel, between the Palestine and stuff like that. I think it's wrong. And the reason why I also don't stand with either Israel or it's simply because they're both hostile. They both don't like each other. It's over. They just simply don't like each other. They both are, launching proxy wars against each other, and it's such a conflict that has been happening for decades, you know what I mean? Way before me, and I'm still trying to understand why, you know what I mean? Because when it comes to foreign policy, it is very murky. It's very murky. Everything is very complicated, because you don't know when it started and how it started and why it started and why is it happening now. For me personally, I think that anyone out there who's saying oh, I stand with this side, I stand with that, what are you trying to say? You stand with the side to win the war? What do you want your the president that you hate so much, what do you want Joe Biden to do? Do you want him to get involved in the war? Is that what you're insinuating? Do you want him to provide more aid like he's doing to Ukraine? And I don't like how people is coming for me and telling me oh, you shouldn't be talking about this because you are on the wrong side. You should be saying, I stand with this and this and that. We have no choice but to protect Israel, because Israel is our ally. It's wow, you really don't care about America. You rather you rather spend our tax dollars and give it to another country. It's really upsetting, and it's really fucking scary how these people just never put America first, ever. And this is why I'm wearing this today, because it's like I really wish we had more of this than just like putting the Israel sign like on everyone's shirts and foreheads, because they're all bought out and they're all like, they're all collaborating with different people that are Jewish as well. And I don't have any issue with Jews. I don't have any issues with anybody, honestly. I don't care what race you are. But what I know is that like a lot of people that are in power, especially in Islam, like in Israel and stuff like that, they control America. Like I've said many times before, like they've put in policies to protect specific types of people, simply because people criticize certain things that Jews do, or whatever like that. And I don't like that. I feel like we should be pro freedom of speech always and forever. And I think that it it honestly takes away from like our what we value our constitution to be, like pro freedom of speech. And that's something that I advocate for. And there's many things that, like, I understand that we we are allies because of the military and, like, technology and stuff like that. I get that, but we don't have to get involved in every single war just because they are our allies and stuff like that. That's just my personal feelings about this. Like, I just don't like it. I don't like any of this. I don't like that, because I feel like it can backfire so bad. I mean, like, look what everyone's doing right now. They're blaming Joe Biden because he saved like five Americans. Like, I'm sorry, like that's probably the best thing he's probably done in a while. Like, you made a deal to get Americans back home to their families, and now everyone wants to like bitch about how Joe Biden, like, where's Joe Biden? What is he gonna do? What is he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Like, oh my god, like he needs to help him. He needs to get aid for Israel. Like, Israel is like our father. It's like a god. Like everyone's being so stupid right now. I just it's funny. It's cringy. It's embarrassing how they forget like the why he did that with Iran. Like, it's to get our people back. Now, do I think that it was um a successful one? Like, no, because these people were like, they weren't military or anything like that. It was mostly like what, environmentalists, regular citizens is what I read, and they didn't really have any value, but they're still Americans. I think that we should get Americans out, from being a prisoner from different countries. Like, I don't understand why. Just like with the Brittany Griner thing. I don't like Brittany Griner, but she doesn't deserve to be locked up over there in Russia. She's an American. Like, I don't like that. I think it's wrong. I think that it's dumb that people are trying to like make this seem like it's a bad thing to trade for our own people. Like, it's beyond me. And the Republicans is that it's like, I thought you were for pro America, like America first. If you were for America first, you would be praising Joe Biden for like, getting like Americans back to their country and their families, right? Also, like, Republicans are saying that Joe Biden just gave Iran $6 billion. No, that was their fucking own assets that was frozen prior. Okay, but no, everything can't go right. Everything can go right. If it was Trump and he did that, no one would care. See, that's the thing. I don't like hypocrites. I don't like that bullshit. Like, we should always give praises to things that are good, whether or not we like the person or not, or we like them in power or not. I really do think that that's where we go wrong, and that's where we start to divide and stuff like that. Because the only reason why they're doing that and hating him for that, because Israel doesn't like the Palestinians. Like, and and if it was like, Israel like Palestinians, we wouldn't even be talking about this. But no, they have to choose one side because they are getting paid to say these things. That's why, look at Ron DeSantis over here. Us Americans, we stand with Israel. It's like, of course you do.
Israel is now under attack. I stand with Israel. America stands with Israel. Not only do they have a right to defend themselves, they have a duty to defend themselves against these Iranian-backed Hamas terrorists.
You go to Israel and you sign laws there, and you put them in your state to restrict freedom of speech from Americans. Like, of course you do, you fucking cunt. Like, and this is why I'm like how I am, because like I see the hypocrisy with both sides. I'm not dumb. I may have like right leaning qualities, but I'm not stupid like you dumb fucks out there. Um, I have my own brain. I think that it's important for someone like me to actually speak out and get people to understand why it's so wrong to be on one side or the other. I think we should be talking about peace, neutrality. We should be talking more about negotiation. How can we resolve this issue? I know it's a long issue. It's a fucking long-winded issue that has been happening for decades. But hey, like, what can we do now? You know what I mean? Instead of trying to continue a war that no one needs to be being killed and dying in. You know what I mean? And it also brings me back to like maybe it's almost time for like God to come back and like tell everybody that like you're all dumb, you're all not going to inherit the kingdom of God. Like it's just like it gives me that vibe, and honestly, I wouldn't it wouldn't surprise me at this point. Like with the rate what's going on right now, how people are acting, the lunacy, the perversity, it wouldn't surprise me what like because you people are so fucking dumb. But anyways, I want to get off of that. I've said my piece on that. That's just how I feel about that. People out there telling me that I have I like my post that I made about being pro-American, but also being pro-peace. You can go fuck yourself, honestly, because like you're a disgusting human being in my eyesight. And I'm not friends with people who tell me what to do and tell me like how I should speak and how I should be thinking. I don't be friends with people like that. Like, no, you respect what I say and how my opinion on things, or you can get the fuck out of my face. That's how I feel.